Well, a reality check tonight. Alarming news of new victims in the growing opioid epidemic.
Animal doctors saying family pets are being hurt. Also, addicts can get their hands on more drugs.
NBC 15's Andrea Ramey reports on the government's warning to veterinarians.
The FDA also putting new rules in place to protect animals. A recent investigation outlines numerous cases where pets were harmed just so the owners could get their hands on opioid medications. It's something local veterinarians are aware of. They're starting to take steps now to ensure animals are safe.
It's tragic because our goal is to relieve pain, relieve suffering, and to provide the best care for an animal possible.
Kristen Cotty's job as a veterinarian is to love and care for animals.
Good girl.
She's appalled by those who would harm them.
I don't even have words for it. It's just atrocious. And I think anyone that does that really needs some intervention.
The FDA now warning animal doctors of a growing number of cases where people are stealing from their pets to get their fix.
I can think of one instance that someone came in looking for tramadol, which is an opioid-like pain medication, and they used an animal that was aggressive, so it was hard to examine for signs of pain, but they knew all the right things to say and the medication to request.
You have people that hurt themselves and go into the emergency room for narcotics, and I'm sure that it just makes sense that they would do the same for the pets.
Veterinarian John Bentley says after the feds busted pain doctors John Couch and Shulu Ron, he started getting lots of calls from people looking for drugs.
We did get an upsurge in the calls for pain relief after that clinic closed. And a lot of them weren't our clients. They were like new clients coming in and wanting to know if we prescribed this or that. So they were pretty easy really to weed out. And it was fairly obvious that they were here just for their narcotics.
It's a growing nationwide problem. Multiple states sending out warnings.
What doesn't make sense in the brain of someone not suffering from opiate addiction makes perfect rational sense in the mind of someone who is. Because if they don't get that opiate, they might as well not have food, they might as well not have water or air. They need that opiate.
Dustin Metz runs a drug treatment center. He says this issue is a prime example of the dangerous pull of addiction.
You have to understand that for someone suffering from opiate addiction, this is the most important thing right now. This is survival.
The FDA releasing a list of recommendations for vets, among them using alternatives to opioids, educating pet owners about possible misuse, and even urging veterinarians to have a safety plan in place in case they encounter someone they believe has hurt an animal trying to get a hold of drugs. Andrea Ramey, NBC 15 News.